But LeBron James, one of the greatest of all time, maybe the greatest of all time. It all depends on what you think, what you define as the greatest. Either way, LeBron is almost certainly going to test free agency this year. And this is a weird one because while, like, everything points, not even everything points, like, all logic would be that he goes to LA or he stays in LA, but, like, this is the first time it's not, like, a done deal where he's going. Like, in 2014, it was nearly a done deal when they lost to the Spurs. He was going back to Cleveland. In 2018, everyone knew he was going to LA. Everyone knew LeBron was going to LA. Especially after they traded Kyrie and didn't have much else, and he just basically carried them by himself. Everyone knew he was going there. Whereas this year, it's a little bit different. Honestly, nobody really has a clue because a lot of it is based on where Bronny's drafted. And a couple of days ago now, obviously I'm recording this the next day after it happened, but like other stuff has happened, and it's a little bit later when this video comes out. But he was at the Cleveland Cavaliers game, and Brian Windhorst, this is the what is going on in Utah guy. He basically said LeBron is up to something, that he doesn't just go to games for the sake of it, and that he's basically just calculating almost everything he does. And look, if anything we've learned about LeBron James is that this guy tries to play chess with everything. Like, if he's seen in public, there's a reason he's seen. If he does something or says something, he says it for a reason. And, like, that's part of the reason a lot of people strongly dislike LeBron James. And, again, understandable. Like, if you feel that way, everyone's entitled to their own opinion on anyone, to be honest. But it is weird that he's going to this game. And I think that he's going to these games not with the intention to go to Cleveland, but to basically show that he isn't fully committed to LA. I think if Bronny James is there for the Lakers' second round pick, they're going to take him. I don't think he's going to be there. It's looking like apparently Dallas might want to get him because he is interested in playing with both Luka and Kyrie Irving. By the way, I think that team would be a disaster. I don't see how that team's good. I think that would be an absolute disaster. Like, that's a disaster waiting to happen, that team. Like, I will jump off as far off the Dallas hype train as possible if that happens. But there's no saying that he won't go back to Cleveland. This isn't like in 2010 when he left the Cleveland Cavaliers and like had like Dan Gilbert wrote the letter in Comic Sans font. It's still one of the funniest things in NBA history, the Comic Sans font. But basically, LeBron James obviously left on bad terms. They burned his jersey. Then he came back and won them a championship. All was forgiven when he left in 2018. I don't think it was that many hard feelings. Even as a Heat fan, when he left in 2014, it was like, all right, we're not going to be great next year. But at the same time, look, LeBron's almost certainly not coming back to Cleveland. He's almost certainly not coming back. Maybe it's a case where it's like, you know what? I think it could be honestly a situation, as I said, that he's showing that he's not dead set in staying in LA. Maybe it is a case where he's like, I'm not dead set in LA, so that means you got someone draft Bronny. And it could be a case where it's like, someone go and draft Bronny, and it means that I'll go there. Because I'm not set in LA. Ideally, I want to be in LA because I would rather end my career here. But if someone else drafts him, I'm willing to relocate for a few years. And I think that's probably what's going to happen. I think Bronny's going to be drafted. And I don't, like, with the way things are right now with him, he actually had a pretty good showing at the draft combine. There are a lot of things, things that maybe show that he could be a mediocre NBA player. He's a guy who seems to play at a similar level no matter where he plays, which is actually a good thing. I've made an entire video about that earlier, about Bronny James, how he's 100% getting drafted. And I still stand by what I said in a video a couple of weeks ago, that LeBron is more than likely going to go to whoever drafts Bronny. Does it end up being the Lakers, though? Because there's a 0% chance, if he's on the board, that the Lakers don't take him with the second round pick. Like, that is I guarantee that it doesn't happen. Like, if Bronny James goes undrafted in this draft, screw it. I'm just trying to think of like something that is, you know what? If I will make a entire apology video. I will make an entire apology video, 10 minutes long, apologizing to all you guys about being wrong about this situation. Like, I'm certain, I'm so certain that Bronny James isn't gonna go undrafted, because he's had a pretty good combine, and that's all you need to be drafted. If your name's LeBron James Jr. But for LeBron, I think he wants to be in LA. I think he wants to stay in LA because obviously there's other things than basketball involved. And I'm not sure how many better situations he can go into, because he's clearly going to be one of the number 1 or number 2 options for LA next year. Like, without question. And I'm like, looking, unless he wants to like take a vet minimum and become a third option and play like the Draymond Green offensive role, where his job is to just completely facilitate, like hit a bunch of cutters. Like, he would work very well with a Steph Curry if he played that role. Like, if you were placed on the Warriors, regardless of the defense, if you just try to outscore teams and you replace LeBron James, Draymond Green, your offense gets better if he plays a similar role, but I don't think he's going to do that. He's in an ideal situation in LA, a team who is going to probably be thereabouts making the playoffs, could go and win a round, while he's going to average 26, 7, and 6 again next year and still look like one of the top 15 players in the world. He's in a situation where he's happy, he's comfortable, he obviously wants to be in LA, and I think, is Bryce still in high school? Bryce might still be in high school for another year as well, so I think there's that too. And obviously when he went there for Bronny coming up through high school and stuff, there was a reason he went to LA in the first place. So I have a weird feeling. Like, it's almost certainly that he's going, not almost certainly, he's more than likely going to stay in LA. But I just have this weird feeling that another team are going to jump the gun. That, like a Dallas. Like, if Dallas don't make it this year, they might be thinking, look, Kyrie's north of 30. Luka's body's breaking down in the playoffs. Luka's knees in bits. Why not get LeBron? Why not? Maybe they take the chance. Why not get Bronny? Because at least if Bronny's even a competent shooter and defender, he'll fit in beside Luka and Kyrie and with those guys. Again, I don't see Bronny as much of an NBA player, but still, he could be passable enough that it's worth having him on the roster to get LeBron. And I'm trying to think of other teams that might be in that boat, that LeBron might push them over the edge. Like, obviously, I don't think Denver are going to do it, but getting LeBron James would not make the Nuggets worse. I don't think getting LeBron James would make... I'm trying to think, the Sixers? Maybe? No, not nowadays. I'm trying to think of teams like the Cavs. If Donovan Mitchell goes, the Cavs. Honestly, the Cavs will get better with him. But yeah, that's pretty much it, lads. That's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.